1980. I was advised that the fellow on the oar who rode with Jack Kelly was, and he was the politician of high order in Philadelphia, needed a replacement, and he asked me to join him. So I did. That was the start of it, and a very wonderful Christmas day every Christmas. In the 20 years, I did a lot of rowing on the first boat. I also filled in as a pole man on occasion. I was a tiller man on occasion, and I also became Colonel Glover in my last year, which was the Marblehead Brigade commander who Washington asked to take charge of the Operation Crossing Delaware. Well, there's a lot of good ones. The boats, when we came across the Delaware and we come back up, we would take them up this little creek here on the side and park them there and climb this bank, and we would come up where there was people staying around. Excuse me. And you know, you're in costume, and if you said Merry Christmas to these people, it's like the ghost talks. And so I would do more than that after I said something to them. They would love to talk to you about where they're from, and they were from all around the country, just not here in Bucks County. And they'd love to hear some of the Revolutionary War history, which I was glad to tell them detail, because there's so much of it that I live in North Carolina now, and I'm going to become part of the Washington Crossing Foundation. And my goal is to bring more Revolutionary War awareness down to North Carolina. North Carolina being a southern state, of course, everybody knows the Civil War, and that's wonderful. But there's not too much going on in the Revolutionary War period. And so I'll be doing that in this coming year. No, as I said, I moved to North Carolina in the year 2000. And so I don't get to participate because I don't come up for Christmas. I think my wife would kill me. For 20 years, we used to have the presents distributed first thing in the morning, and I'd be gone off to this area here. And by the time I got back, it was in the late afternoon, and my guests had arrived before I got back, and so she put up with it, but she was here in the year 2000 when I performed the role of Colonel Glover. We did not go across the river because the river current and the wind dictate safety. The boat being out of the water is such that the wind would take it, and the current is another thing. You have to be able to slip it. And so we didn't go there. We went up the creek here, like I just mentioned. And I thought for a couple times I was going to have to call in and say we're not going to make it because the boats went dead in the water. But I was waiting for the guys on the oars to tell me they couldn't do it any further. But they pulled it through, and that was another memorable moment for me in several ways.